This is a criminal enterprise founded by special forces, so they're not just fully armed. They're also better than humans. Right now they're targeting a mine by the gangsters. Then through the drone, observe the location of the target. When we get the coordinates of the guards, they put on the hood and immediately act. Tiger rushed towards the mine. Shoot for the green face. Their weapons overwhelm the enemy. Large firepower quickly swept through the barrel. Go into the mining. They're going to take care of the rest of the gangsters. But right now, gangsters are hiding in their suddenly cars. Came out to sneak. As a result, they were shot. Finished process. They're bringing back trucks full of booty. The process takes less than 5 minutes. Back to base. They use gold detectors to find a particular type of rock. Then pick up a hammer and smash them. Inside is a gold bar of great value. When the stone is mostly on a table filled with gold bars, divide the gold. Then back home. Put the gold in your booty. Your whole family has spent 8 lives here. That night they took Theo to the restaurant to celebrate. I can't believe there's a team. Please leave the team. Maybe old age. Today, when the bullets flew by, they told the clouds to wash their swords. Anyway, the money is now enough for the family. You don't have to live your Kim days. He'll like that. Meaty is a little shaky after but he's actually going to wash the SAO guard. The answer is, of course, impossible. Higher capacity, greater responsibility. The next day Nora's sister came. Nora asked what he had done. Someone just broke into your house, not only slapping you but taking your daughter away. Nora knows Mehdi's doing bad now. It is likely that your enemy caused this. I put all the blame on Mehdi. But his team never lost 7. No one can know their identity. So what happened? Mehdi is about to wash her sword guard for her sister. But let go of this thought. Don't know. Since then he has been caught up in bigger trouble spinning. Back to the beginning. A sexy-dressed girl knocks hotel room. The man who opened the door was an old man. He looked at the girl for a moment and let her go inside. Just walked into the girl who handcuffed him. The old man thought the girl had something good, but then the girl opened the door. The old man was confused. Then Ra is the beauty trick to cheat the game 6. Find valuables in the room. When they carry black bags on the ground, you touch that bag and you're dead. Dare to threaten bandits, pull the trigger. Damage is not high, but the humiliation is great. When you to go out to check the booty. And in my pocket, there's only tomorrow. I just want to make some pocket money. I never thought it would cause a big deal. It's not good to return it now. The 2 men who stabbed Theo took his cargo back to the base. But the hoodlums don't know what to do. You have so many hats. It's not easy to poke. Once discovered, there is only one way to die. But if you sell this shit, you're a loser. The last few listened. Most of them decided to sell this stuff. At the same time, the old man was robbed by the girl and went to the production base. The next day I found out my goods were stolen. The Saber boss made the old man find the goods at any cost. It's here under the guidance of the promoter. Mori met the bear who bought all this stuff. The enemy looked at Mori's face. They have bad intentions. So Mori didn't just get beaten up. The goods were also robbed by them. Lionel was arguing with him. But when you to argue, Haru Sains is at home, feed the cat, and get in the car and run away. When you get out, culturally, I lost 7, and he ran away. Now the gangsters and the police are arresting him. Where can he go? Julie remembers his private plane. If Amida wants to run, you can only use your own plane. Ask for the location was on her way there immediately. Thugs came in. Amida was now on a plane preparing to flee. At the key moment Mehdi pedaled off. He flew his brothers into the parking lot. Point a gun at the pilot's group. But by the time we got into the plane, Amida was gone. Go around the airport parking lot. But when Mehdi just turned around, Amida pointed a gun at him. Her mother rushed to stop her and was about to be shot. Fortunately, Amida had the courage to shoot. Have the right to both leave the mafia and the police. Just like that, Mehdi asked the pilot team to start the plane. Finally, he brought with him a huge sum of money. Amida left this place, living a happy life with Diana. Above is the entire content of the film. Before you leave, tell her you want your daughter to survive. Do you see this movie or not? On a 10-point scale, how do you rate this movie? Please send your answer below the comment section for your interest. Follow. Hello and see you later. When I returned, the courier stole it. To save my daughter, Nora immediately went to find her brother to investigate the truth to save his niece. He went back to Chanel's room but looking for clues. He is quick. Someone was watching Nora's house. Chanel's kidnap has something to do with that. So Mehdi goes to the Audi. Few punches bewildered Audi dragged him into the house. And I found Chanel's insurance card on me. Watch out. The missing niece must be related to him. After a while, I couldn't find anything. Metanulse is the most extreme. He took a bottle of milk and covered his face with a towel. The feeling of suffocation makes the opponent shiver. The enemy can't even say anything. Then Chanel and herself are lying to cheat on love. They took the bat with 10 tomorrow to kidnap Chanel, but it's in Lionel's hands. So, he arrested Chanel to try to contact the enemy to take 10 people. But at this point, Saber called. The person on the phone is the girl's uncle. The thief was immediately angry. He gave Meaty a day's time. Drop his retainers, Ryan. Wait to clean up your niece's body. Hang up the phone when you're done. Because to save people, Meaty just let the man go and warned him. If you dare to come, you will die. Then Meaty went to see Chanel's phone, find her text history with Diana. Knowing the location of the enemy, he took Nora home and told her not to worry. You must save your niece. Meaty was supposed to wash her sword guard. To save my niece, I went back. They found Diana. But the enemy said, I don't know where that stuff is. Meaty just threatened Diana to call her accomplice. Use your life to intimidate. I just found out the whereabouts of 10 They came out after they stole the money. It's when you lose it. Now the goods are with him. But at this point when the joint robbery, go back to killing people. In the face of overwhelming firepower, the hooligans are terrified. And Meaty was very calm. He boots Spike's strong legs to burst out. Show off your magic shooting skills. It's a gun that then kills kick your Gulffoot out of here. A series of operations that under the direction of Anna Lee. Meaty to the area of Killian. Nothing's stopping Meaty from racing to get 10 pounds gas. He took a picture of Cho from the shore. After confirming nothing wrong, they were about to leave when they were attacked. Blocked away, this time gay and cheering. Meaty saw the child as the door slowly opened. Meaty hooded hugging her Killian's son. See the son of the great sea. The boys just laid down their weapons. You also have the opportunity to carry the baby out into the pursuer. Follow behind. The shooting attracted more thugs in a hurry to steal an old woman's car. Give her the baby. Look at the people chasing behind. He stomped God down the stairs. The hooligans nearby came running. Some people dare to cause trouble in their own land. It's no different than finding your own death. He managed to escape the crowd, go from the opposite side and shoot. Fortunately, Meaty is calm. Based on the skill of a successful car stop, the battlefield is more dangerous than this. The situation before was just like a warm-up. Very quickly he received a photo of the bound man. Count as Sane. You risk getting this back. It is also to exchange goods. Don't know. This time I can't turn my head. Appointment of a meeting place for the day. After Meaty and Lionel bring the goods to ransom I can't believe the enemy got the goods. But not according to the agreement. Then Saber highly appreciated Meaty's abilities. You can get the goods back in Killian's area. It's not easy to return to this person alive. Him with Sanisra. I told him 3 days later. 300 pounds of two will appear in this city tomorrow. If you steal the goods back from the exchange, you must fulfill his promise to release on Isra. He paid a heavy price for this promise. Such a large amount of might to transportation. Absolutely no small power. It's impossible to do it alone. So Meaty called his teammates before Kia. Even though this case is not profitable, but we can fight side by side. Just thinking about it made their spirits boil. They decided to give Meaty a fight. If you make a big deal, big firepower is indispensable. Meaty was extremely pleased with the way her team worked, and the scoundrels got a lot of respect for gas. They know they don't let people go. So, I decided to help Meaty steal 300 pounds. Was determined to help Meaty came down and told her to steal the car across the street. Give me the key. And then took his gun. I'm sure walked towards the car. Then he went to the harbor to observe the situation. There's a terrain law here in his brain. At night they split up. Mori brings professional equipment to a family. It can copy the signal of the antenna and started looking for the signal source. Very quickly picked up a signal in a corner of the wall. Open the car door. The other team controls the truck driver's family. To force the driver to divert the same caught the man in charge. But the enemy refused to no matter how you hit. He also refused to say the license plate number. The next day the gangsters are preparing to contact the person in charge. The boss realized there was a problem, so send out the fleet. As time went by, the manager was. Even if you turn the edge, at that moment Diana thought of a way. She took a picture of the truck driver. Then impersonate a vendor to sneak inside based on the photo to find the driver. Lena goes to the truck. Then pull out a gun and control the driver, or your wife Lena will made die. Him start by following the route. The driver just followed suit. In the warehouse, the team has prepared vehicles and weapons. Can respond at any time. The gang of gangsters. I saw the truck start. Immediately follow. But Meaty predicted it. He stomped his
Everything
foot
is as
into
planned.
the enemy car's ass. Diana forced the driver into the warehouse. Meaty and the others control the comatose gangsters. They're also going to the assembly warehouse. The boss saw the truck veer off the road. At first I knew something was wrong. Immediately sent someone to follow up. At the same time, Meaty and
Inside
everyone went back to the warehouse. They immediately loaded it into the truck. Tomorrow to write. It was a long time before they were ready. Men appeared. Under the exact barrel of the Meaty quickly dealt with all the mules in front of her. Retreated, Mori was shot. The boss saw this and almost back to Meaty base. Send pictures of to party meeting place. A deliveryman. That night, Meaty took the goods to the ransom site. A 6-person guard. They confirmed that the 2 men were not carrying any weapons. His face. Fortunately, Meaty let your teammates ambush one side. In a few rounds of gunfights, the people of the clan all went to the King of Hell. Meaty runs towards Sanez, a junior who's not afraid to die raping Sanez. But for Meaty, it's like dancing an axe through the eyes of a workman. Meaty also does not eradicate the let a living person come back to give words to Saber, but it was because of this that he regretted after coming ashore. Get the goods back so Hazen's father knows. The previous Meaty shipment was from the customer. Working with Hassan, he made Rashur turn over the shipment, but 300 pounds of thighs of Hassan changed his mind. He wants to monopolize this shipment. Then blame the bandits. Just save my son. Not guilty of customer cooperation. To prevent negligence, Hassan killed the participants in the mission transport. At the same time, Lena went to the hospital. You just went to get the assassin Hassan sent. When Diana returned, Mori was in heaven. Diana immediately ran out of the hospital. The box towards the doctor immediately just stopped him without knowing the danger. The gunman who shot the nurse in the hallway was also ran away. There's no substitute for revenge. The killer is getting closer. That's when Meaty came to visit. Mori was in time to fire the assassin, but he didn't expect the killer to target his sister's house. And his mother just got home. Chanel sees the killer stops in the middle of the road. Foot wrench and pull gun out. A series of moves that are extremely proficient. The killer is dead. May go steal 300 pounds. The result was swallowed by the father. Saber. He took Saber to another place. Here, he wants to kill everyone. The assassin was Hazen's man, related to the robbery of my 2. This time Saber. Of course, you can't let your father step on you. Report Hazen's location to the police. Ra Hassan is a wanted criminal. You're in jail. It's a dead tiger. Meaty here knows that Nora's mother has been murdered for his sister's family. Let them get out of here to start a new life. But at this point, let's move on to this woman. She called Meaty. Said I could help you solve the problem you're having. He even knew he had a fake passport to take Nora's family away. Meaty is very curious about this woman. The 2 met in the car that night. The woman said he helped them remove them from the suspect list. Steal tomorrow too. Hassan is now in prison, but that's not necessarily good news. We can still fuck Meaty in prison. Until then, relatives, your friends can't escape. Mary didn't understand what the enemy meant. She went on. Tomorrow is the final trial. Before Hassan went to jail, I want you to save him on the way. Escort him to me and kill Hassan himself. Through investigation, detected Hassan killed her parents years ago. This time she plans to take revenge. The old feud. I also gave $2 million in advance to Meaty. Upon completion, the remaining $8 million will be paid. Despite making money, but he was disgruntled by the woman's dress. So give her a little lesson. We are here. When he returned, he gathered his comrades to this time. But low revenge is also very attractive. So everyone decided to close this case and quit. He said he had to pay the full amount, or end the cooperation. In every way, she just did it. Very quickly fall in love, receive the transfer and the route will escort you after planning the arrival time. Day of trial. The squad was made up of special forces. This is soon ambushed on the road that will escort through. The explosion echoed as the van crashed into the side of the road. They conducted the bombardment vehicle pressure. I met bandits like this. The police officer hands up and surrenders. A coordinated task. A little bit of Hassan. I have an appointment with the owner. Meaty found something unusual, because the owner is not here. The phone doesn't pick up, but to complete the transaction, He decided to wait. But we're just waiting for a bunch of gangsters with guns. The owner is not going to forgive anyone. Trading locations for the clan. The two sides just met. There was a fierce combat experience. They quickly solved a bunch of problems. You don't care to fight anymore, because the landlord knows you have to go back to save people. But it's too late. The killer has arrived at Nora's house. Nora was shot dead. Nora and her mother have no resistance. The whole family was shot. Lena's been arrested. Meaty calls Nora, but no eye answers. You know they're in trouble. Hurry up and call the other two. Concentrate at home. The two assassins broke in. They immediately stood up to fight. Through a fierce fight, a fellow soldier died on the spot. Meaty came home. He sat down next to his sister's body. He swore he'd get the insult to return the weapons he'd hidden for years. I had the opportunity to use it this time. Tony was there very quickly. He caught an assassin who attacked the cafe. Asked them where their boss is. Meaty puts a piece of wood between the killer's down the hammer. Where is he? He's at the factory. When you know the location, the two men immediately arrange to transfer another scene. A drone goes inside the factory under the control of Meaty. Drone flying to a pipeline. The explosion went off. Meaty and the whole plant went into chaos to keep shooting at gangsters, even though the enemy has many. But nothing can be difficult. Meaty and Tony have years of combat experience. They quickly solved a bunch of problems. Meaty found the landlord who sold them sorry because of what happened to Meaty's house. He said he just wanted revenge. But because I'm pregnant, hired gangster boss Chris did not expect that. The boss had a conflict with Meaty, so a lot of things happened later. You finally saved that woman's life. But when he was on his way to find Chris, shot several times by the enemy. Take me to the emergency hospital. Then I left with Diana. Chris ran away. Get your wife and kids out of here. He ordered the guards to drive over. It was Tony and Diana. They forced the guards back inside his Chris's family. But you don't kill people in front of children. Let your teammates steal. Lost Chris's evidence of a crime. Then tell the police to come and arrest your boss. Suffer the punishment of the law. After you two left, he walked into the hospital. Undergo gun get out treatment for Chomi. Meaty continues on the path of revenge. After finding out where Chris Meaty is ready to strike immediately. Then three people storm the place. The protective diamond outside the door was immediately powerful firepower. They quickly took control of the scene. But at the same time, the group was pulled a gun from the Meaty's reaction immediately fired and killed him. Chris is in the corner and he sees this. Stand up immediately to escape. Of course Meaty won't spare him, because the mission this time except to steal the diamond. You have to kill Chris. Everybody go first. I'll be in the future. He chasing out of the trading place. Shot Chris in the leg. Today, another you also have to take revenge. My sister and friends are dead. Chris tried to plead for his life, but it didn't help. Only the life of the enemy. You can reduce the hatred. He then hurriedly left the crime scene. Meet up with Tony and Diana. A police car blocking the road. Escape from them. Tony took out his gun. The fire made the police dare not approach. Meaty took the opportunity to escape. Back to base. Whole group. Destroy all the tools of the crime and the car. That this lot of diamonds cost 5 million euros. Trading in for days. Then they'll be able to wash the sword guard. You can be financially free. But they couldn't have expected it. That their actions today, it caused a disaster. Men shot at Kia Trade. It's not anonymous. Good P. He's the only son of a gangster boss in Southern China. Called the Godfather. He's in the hospital right now. The father knew his son had been shot. Immediately dispatched his investigate this thoroughly. At the same time, they were ordered to clean up. Amina came here for a purpose. Chris was killed by the There's a lack of manager here. So, he had to find a new partner. There's been more gang involvement in South America. Meaty and her lawyer girlfriend are waiting for the transaction. They will be able to retire soon. Still not waiting for the soldiers used to carry guns. They saw you killing the people who worked here. It's not their opponent. Meaty heard the gunshot. Rushed to protect his girlfriend hiding in the classroom. You're out looking for the killer. But you still haven't found the killer. You know this place doesn't last long. I hurried out the back door of the company. That night Matey took Diana back by water. A second later, Lena was blown up until the whole boat caught whistle goes off. The killer stopped shooting. You are lucky to escape alive, but Matey still doesn't understand. He was assassinated a whole day. I don't know who the enemy is. At the same time, Charlie, the Godfather's chosen partner, was also assassinated. It turns out Amita's to gradually eliminate the power of the Godfather. He decided to kill Charlie. Then he showed off his powerful arm. To be in charge of the trade for the clan. There's nothing. Charlie is also considered the leader of the region. Face the attack. Suddenly you react very quickly. Just a few shots killed went down to the first floor. I saw the shadow Charlie outside rushed the door, out and shot him in the leg. AK-47 take down the opponent. Waiting for you to breathe. Just turned my head. I saw my family arrested by the killer. The killer definitely no chance to negotiate. Dare to fight to your home. This time Charlie was really pissed off. I called my cousin and my lawyer in the middle of the night. My cousin told Charlie. Life. It's a lot like the mafia in South America. Lost late, but Charlie doesn't understand. They came looking for you to cooperate. Why are you in the back for your assassin? The lawyer advised Charlie they can't fight Lost late from here. But Charlie couldn't take revenge for his family. I gave my cousin a mission. I'm looking for luxury. Tell them you want to negotiate, as long as they forgive you. But Charlie's real thoughts. I want to find an opportunity to handle Charlie's cousin. He had just arrived in the area of the second most powerful person. It's clear that you want to trick Amita then take the opportunity to avenge his family. He gave Charlie's cousin to choices. Now you decide for your cousin or working people for me. Not for themselves. God has destroyed Charlie's cousin for my life. So when I got back to Charlie, I didn't pay attention. I gave my cousin a few shots. But you're so confident in your shooting ability. So when Charlie's cousin left, Charlie sat up. Fortunately, a bulletproof vest saved Charlie, but constantly betrayed and hunted down. Charlie lost his patience. The next day I was in the parking lot for my cousin took advantage to investigate the source of There's a man named Monty who's very suspicious. He figured maybe the killer let a junior open the door. Yuta just walked into the hallway. They discovered Mori's target. Fortunately, Mori immediately ran away. He hadn't run very far and was shot in the leg. He hastily hid behind the cardboard boxes. The killer is getting closer and closer. At a time when thousands of pounds of hair hang, an assassin was killed on the spot. Another man knows his own strength. Needy saved Mori. Diana drove to pick them up. The people next to me are constantly being murdered. It reminds me of someone. This whole city. The one with the most hatred for you. So Mehdi immediately went to find Charlie. Why he sent but what Mehdi didn't expect he's also the victim. After talking, Mehdi just found out she shot her only son. Of the luxury boss should be avenged by Charlie the enemy. Thinks we can work together to deal with Losalate. But Mehdi says she's just a thief. You will not join the war. Competition for territory between the forces of the Black Society. Just left. Tony's partner called. Tell him the diamonds Kia stole. We found a beer. 8 o'clock tonight for teammates together in birthright death. Mehdi has no doubt. But you don't know that. All of this is a police conspiracy. Wanting Tony to compromise them to marry his family. Your wife will go to jail. Your son can only be placed in an orphanage. As scheduled. Cloud go to Goss subway. Diamonds carried by Diana. Yuta just met. Tony bent over and pretended to tie his shoelaces. There's no buyers upstairs. What's going on? It's all cops. My family is in their hands. Listen, Mehdi, tell her to take the diamond and escape. Tony's going to run out of the subway, take a pedestrian hostage, then escape. 3 people returned to the base. Sheriff Herman immediately called Tony. Mehdi picked up the phone and said he'd turn himself in. But Herman had to spare Tony at the same time. Give him some time to solve the problem. Luxel's stalking his family after turning off the phone. MDY decided to work with him. Because if you fight with strength, you will definitely fight back. You have to use your own weight. Give Losalate a blow. Use that to achieve your goal. Charlie received intelligence. A day later, Lo Chols will have 1 tea tomorrow to his ship to the port. He shook hands with a local gangster. Divide the army. Charlie was in charge of the robbery. 1 tea Maitu has just been shipped to the port. Diana and herself will use the beauty with the port manager. Mehdi and Tony will break into the warehouse of the dirty money there. A free-spirited guy playing with fire. I didn't know that his death was near. Finished with the guards. You to keep going inside the warehouse. The battle between professional bandits gang officially started. Two of you are special forces, and soon they killed the guards. Meaty had a good time finding the money vault, but soon after, a fish in a net shot him down. Fortunately, bulletproof armor saved his life. This guy's going to
Tony
shoot
shot him
more
in the
shots.
head.
Fortunately, both of them
Diana's
are
side is
pretty good. Senior manager of L'Ocelade. They were tied up and taken away. But Charlie's side didn't go as planned. To avenge L'Ocelade, he called the customs police. I know the news of the future. Thoroughly destroy the shipment. Drag followed. Mighty and Meaty group fight with each other. Meaty looked and realized Charlie's
You just
intentions.
want to use this to intimidate luxury.
In exchange for peace. Protecting
Charlie
friends and
did
family.
something like this.
Everything has completely changed. Now Meaty can't help but go to war
Amida
with
knows the
Luxels.
money was stolen.
The goods in the store were also confiscated
He
by
immediately
customs.
guessed.
This was done by Charlie and
That
Meaty.
piece of shit is going to pay for
Then
this.
he's here for the safety of friends
You
and
should send
family.
a picture of the
Amida
hostage
and
the
Meaty
money
told
still
him
safe.
that. You're going to steal the shipment
premise
back from
is that
customs.
Amida has to keep
and
her
his
family
friends
safe.
But it seems that
He
Amida
likes
is
people
more
who are
interested
smart
in Meaty
and capable.
We should invite Meaty to work for him to make sure his business doesn't get run over by the
gangsters
cartels.
destroy.
But before you go, Amida
The
told
premise
me
of these things is,
you have to take back the shipment from
or I'll
customs.
destroy everything here.
At the same time, Amida's men went
And
to see
show him a
Charlie's
live
video. When I saw my subordinate's family
Charlie
killed,
stood
there for a long time.
He hurried home.
I can see my wife and children are safe. At the same time, I
He
want to
realized
play dead
that
that
he
he had a family. Surely the enemy will not let go of your family in exchange for peace. And Charlie
Immediately
learned
come
from
find
inside
me.
information that every time customs catches
it's
a
put in a
contraband, garbage truck and taken
because
to
this
the
process
incinerator
is
for
closed.
disposal.
There are
very few police on guard. It also gives them a good chance. Rarely the night before the action uses a drone. Look at the structure inside the incinerator.
Lena's going to sneak into the parking
to
lot.
steal a garbage truck. Early morning the next day, they're using garbage
Go
trucks
into the
to cover
incinerator.
The staff in the incinerator didn't
Immediately
take any
under control.
precautions. It's very clear that they can't believe someone robbed this place because outsiders only know that this is a waste incinerator. Inside. It wasn't until they got close to the incinerator
team's
that they
ability
ability to shoot extremely accurately. We've dealt with the guards here. Now the alarm is ringing. They hurriedly pack the Mi-2. Everything is going well, but at the critical moment, the driver gets just greedy. To swallow all this thighs. He locked Meaty and Diana in the incinerator. Open the oven start
Fortunately,
switch. Charlie found
saved
out
him
in
people
time.
out.
But the next day, the
I don't
driver
know
took
where
him
it
away.
is.
When the whole group chasing
The
police just arrived at the scene. They didn't say much about shooting. Use strong fire to suppress. Get the whole team out of here. At the same time, the driver brought this to my friend's car repair shop. This is a place that specializes in transporting contraband for thugs. The boss doesn't know what to do. Immediately killed the driver because if this news gets out, the death penalty. Over here, Meddy's heading back using to modern technology. Find out the location of the driver. Besides, they are from before installing the locator under the garbage boom truck. Meddy's group went to the auto repair shop. This shipment is very involves the lives of Tony's entire family has police protection. Amida rolled around in both police and gangster just come to the appointed time. If he doesn't see the shipment, he'll kill Tony's family. People gather Times follow the location to the car repair workshop to fight a fierce over this shipment. But a group of SAO soldiers can fight back. Special Forces has released Next Meaty team wins overwhelmingly, but they're still careless. The owner has a little breath. Finally threw out a grenade. It makes 1 trillion tomorrow. The shipment was too troublesome this time. I'm sure Amida will break up with Tony's family. Tony rushed to call Herman. Ask for more people and to tell you the prosecutor. Amida but Herman doesn't trust Tony anymore. Refuse more people to protect your family. There's no other way. Tony went to the lawyer to ask about the safe house, where his family is under house arrest. But when they get there, I didn't see the police around. Protect Tony's family. I found out something was wrong. They immediately launched a search. Maybe found the body of a police officer and Tony's family. When Tony came, Meaty hurriedly stopped him outside the door.
Don't want.
He saw a horrible scene inside. Tony couldn't believe he went directly
But
inside.
when you see the scene inside the room,
He was in pain. He fell. Tony kicked Meaty out. He wanted to be alone with his family for a while. But after Meaty left, there was a finally left Meaty to avenge Tony's family. He vowed to make the killer pay with blood. At the same time, Amida kills Tony's goods
family.
cancelled. So his support is in the faction. It will definitely be reduced. That's what he did until he went to the hospital and then made
killed
the
Charlie
father's
Reven.
son. The only son was killed. The old man flew directly
At
to
the
the
same
place.
time,
Use strong measures to
Over
control
here,
Charlie's
Charlie
family. Receives video of seeing family
He
members
immediately
threatened.
returned to
the
the
old
mansion.
man asked him if you could shoot him, but you cut my son's throat. It's like killing a pig. Charlie doesn't know what the Godfather
I didn't
is
even
talking
know
about. If we
about this.
continue to talk, we will definitely
The guard
be
next
exposed.
to him
shot him dead. The old man. To take control, the bad guys often die. You thought the end was fixed and couldn't be changed. Almeida's scheming to get food. Charlie's wife was shot in the back. Charlie rushed upstairs to kill the other
Fortunately,
assassin.
the
But
four of us
Charlie
are
didn't
safe
kill the
because
Godfather.
this is
the best chance. Help him rebuild his power. Almeida's on the phone for the mountain killer. I heard the old man's voice. He immediately realized that he had been exposed. But just as he was about to escape, spot. Turns out after Tony's family
Herman
realized that Almeida was
not
behind
over yet.
this. I asked Charlie to
As
deliver
long
the
as
message.
Meaty
kills Amida, you and Lionel. You can take the Godfather's plane He was no longer harassed by the police. Because you are also free. Meaty had to make the killer die today. There is no place to be buried. He hugged the pillow. Foot pedal got plunged into
There
the
was
car
an
parked
accident
on the side
nearby.
of the road. The police immediately went out
When
to
the
see the
police
main
station
doesn't
situation.
have a
Your
break-in.
target
is Amida, the man who killed Tony's family. But right now, Amidas Jr. was
A
injured
policeman
during
takes
the
the
chaos.
key to open
He
the
quickly went to
handcuffs.
Amida's place. The police are outside right now. I still don't understand the seriousness of the problem. Meaty here for not hitting the grass. He picked up a fire extinguisher. Just a few moves knocked
everyone.
in front of him
down.
appeared a young man. The two quickly rushed into each
the
other
fight.
after a fight. Meaty used a fire extinguisher.
Then he
to
went
defeat
room
the
by
enemy.
room to find Amida.
Police Chief Herman went to the station first. Just in time to see the police
you
officer
don't
beat know what to do. Your son, Amida, passing by. He shot Herman. Under the protection of my son, Amida left the station. Diana was outside with a gun
Don't
threatening
move.
him. But Amida knows you've never killed him. He just calmly looks at you.